Next up, we've got data entry forms. Now, there's quite a bit with data entry forms that you need to know about that haven't been in past papers before, so I'd recommend you pay some attention, or actually pay attention when we are going over this section here. So first thing you want to do is you want to go to the table you're making a form for. In this case, it's the bookings table. I'm just going to delete this record. It was accidentally added. While we're here, I'm actually going to add a yes or no field. We're going to call this international, okay, to represent whether or not it is an international trip. Then we're going to go over to our design view. It's already in yes or no, and our lookup, we want the display control to be a text box so that it shows up as a text box. See, now if we go over, it's all no's, it's not a checkbox anymore. You'll see why I did this in a second. I'm going to go to create form, and now we have our form over here. Now, from the layout view, there are a couple things you can do. First of all, you can go to format. You can change the font style, font size, the font color, and the text box color as well. And you can also insert what we call white space or blank space between different field names and entries by going to arrange and then inserting above, below, left, or right. As you can see, there's gaps now. That's called white space. We don't exactly need it now, but now you know how to do it if you are asked to do so. For your exams, you may also be asked to just edit the sizes, for example, of different fields. You may be asked to edit the field names, the title. Those are called appropriate formatting features. That's fine. It's pretty simple. I'm sure you can figure that out on your own. Next up, the three things that we need to know how to add actually are radio buttons, also known as option groups, checkboxes, and drop-down menus. So we're going to go to Home, we're going to go to Design View, we're going to expand this a little bit to give us a bit more free space, and we're going to start with drop-down menus. So we're going to go to Combo Box up here, we're going to add that, and then we're going to select, I will type in the values that I want. So let's say that I wanted to create a drop-down menu for the number of days for the trip. So in each row, I'm going to put the number of days. So I'm going to go all the way down to 15 days. Okay, then I'm going to press next. And then I want that value to be stored in the days field. And our label is going to be number of days. Okay, finish. So here is our combo box. If we go back to our layout view, okay, we have our combo box over here. And to make it more effective, I'm going to get rid of this. And I'm going to bring my combo box. No idea why that glitch happened. Give me a second, please. I'm going to bring my combo box over here. So now, if I were to go to form view and I want to insert a new record over here, I can just select the number of days from the drop-down menu as you see, and it'll automatically be translated into our into the days field for our new record. Okay. Then we're going to go back to design view and we're going to work on action groups. So you're going to go over here to this XYZ. They're called option groups. Sorry. You're going to, again, drag and drop, and label names. These are basically your options. So again, I'm going to do it for the number of days. I'm going to go with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm not going to put all of them because you already know what I'm talking about from the previous example. I'm going to hit enter to go for next. No, I don't want a default choice. You can also set it if you are told to do so. Press next again. The values are the same as the label names, no worries. And then we're going to store the value again in the days field. Hit next. Here you can set some formatting options. You can have them as buttons, boxes, or just options. And you're going to go next, finish, and you're done over here. So I can change the name over here from frame 102 because I forgot to change it earlier. I change it again to number of days. And once more, if I go out to my layout view, again, you're going to find it over here. And now I can select the number of days for my trip from my checkboxes. So if I were to go to a new record over here and I were to select it, it would show up. It's not going to show up here because I already have the drop down as well, but that's just an example of how you would do it. You could also use option groups to set checkboxes. So for example, I will go over again to design view. For the international field over here, I'm going to create an option group, okay, where it's yes or no, right? And the default choice is yes. I'm gonna hit next. Our values are 1 and 0 in this case because it is a Boolean field. Then we're going to store it in the international field. Next. Okay. Checkboxes. Radio, and finish that off. So if I were to go again to form view with a new one, here it's international, we press no, but if we press yes over here, it will be edited. We're in form view, yes, we're in form view. It's not showing up, it's lagging a little bit, but that's how it's supposed to work. So if I were to go back to Mr. Ramesh over here, in our table, J221 bookings, it's at no. If I were to go to my field here, okay, I'd press yes in form view. Okay, and I hit tab to register it. I'd go back, and it's yes now. So it's basically a checkbox. So it is a checkbox. If I just actually delete this here, this is a short idea that I have. So here we've clicked on yes. If I were to take yes out, okay, radio. Okay. Okay, and then finally we have our checkboxes. So remember our Boolean field earlier. What I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna come over, I'm gonna right click, change to, and then we're gonna change it to a list box. Okay, then we can choose from our list what it is. So if I were to go back to our form view over here, it's not gonna work. Okay, and then finally, when it comes to our checkboxes, those are also pretty simple. You can insert them here from your option button or checkbox. I'm gonna go with checkbox for now, seeing as that's what we need. We're gonna come here, we're gonna drag and drop, and then we're going to shove it into our little field over here. So if I put check over here and the checkbox there, then I'm gonna change this to international. Remember our international field, whether or not it's an international cruise. And then from there, we're gonna go over to our checkbox. We're gonna set data, and the control source will be our international field. So now, if I go back to my layout view, we have our checkbox here. Note how Mr. Ramesh's international is set to no. It is not an international trip. But if I go to form view right now, so let me just click this real quick, hit tab, we're gonna click save here. Okay, go to our next one. We go back, and now it's been changed to yes. So that's how you add checkboxes.